All right, what's up, guys? Forgot to film taking the wheels off, but as you know, I don't know if you've seen this truck on the channel, but if you know, I swapped this thing to a dually, and I left the factory 250 axles under it. I threw the front spacer on, obviously, but we're gonna be swapping the dually axle under it, and we're gonna be doing a new front one because I have one that's mint, and that thing's all blown out. We just put the hoist up. Me and Xander just got it all dialed in here. So yeah, what I had to do is I just stacked 2 spacers, which is pretty sketchy, but it worked for the 2-3 months I had it done like that. I got a set of Alcoas for it. I already just put one on to test fit it, just set it on there. And obviously there's no weight on it, it's gonna go up. But I polished them. I'm not the best polisher, but fitment's pretty good. There was a cracked leaf spring, so we're gonna do 2 new leaf springs in it. So probably update you guys or to make a time lapse when we're pulling the axle out of this thing. And if you've never seen this thing, it's fully King Ranch swapped interior, 6.0 dash, King Ranch seats, Starlight, everything. So, all right, let's get to this. All right, so picked up some Extendo stabilizers from Harbor Freight. The rear axle we haven't touched. Front, we got the sway bar disconnected, rotors, calipers, my dually spacer off, shocks are out. I think next we're gonna start pulling the track bar, Pitman arm, and then we're gonna drop back down to do the U-bolts, obviously. Unless we wanna just drop the axle, what do you think?
I think just let it go.
Yeah, buddy, got her out. Look at that. Now, we're going to do the rear. Setting our new jack in here. We're right on the trailer hitch, brother. What are you talking about?
I go. Let's flatter.
Oh, you're going to do it the right way this time?
This is not a spot for all.
Go right here.
I was on right here. I'm just saying I was trying to get it higher. But
No, you're good. Just a little bit. Oh, nice. So, we had a little problem here. Someone has apparently already tried to take the drive shaft bolt out, stripped her out. So we're gonna pull it out up there. I have a spare drive shaft we're gonna throw in it. I'm working on taking the brake lines all off right now. I got that bolt snapped off, whatever, who cares. That one's out, the one on top's out. Pull the calipers. And then I gotta just, I think I'm gonna unscrew it from the block here. Or, I don't know if this pops off. I don't think, there's a nut here, maybe. I don't think so, but we'll figure it out. Then we'll pop that out, or just take it out up there and bolt my other one up in there. So I'm looking at the sway bar over here, is rubbing on the exhaust. So we're just gonna smack that sucker with the hammer. And one of my mounts snapped here. A little ghetto, but she works. Got the shock mount out. This design I'm getting rid of. The new axle has the actual shock mount bolted on. But how small this sway bar is. Insane. But we're getting there. Front axle. Found them?
not the size of me, but I found this.
Ooh, that's my snap-on ratchet. Got the axle out there. Some old rims for it. All right, boys, we just pulled the rear axle. Now we gotta get we just cut the U-bolts because we're not reusing them. Which, yeah, you don't need them anyway. We're gonna pull the rear release springs next if we can. Look at that. All right, so we got her all stripped out now. We pulled the rear release springs. What a pain, dude. We had to heat them up and hit them out with a hammer while we had the impact on it. Got the calipers hanging. This side's out. The fronts are real easy. Those just popped out. Rears, what a pain, dude. I ended up taking the bumper off and the hitch so we can hit the bolt because it's right in here. Yeah, so this is where it's gonna sit. I'm gonna sand. So I had rubber coating, so the frame's actually pretty matte. But sand it all, paint it tomorrow, and yeah, then we'll get everything back together. All right, what's up, guys? So I just got done sanding the frame and throwing some primer down on it. I do want to get some new tow hooks. This one's peeling. They are chrome, but this one I'm gonna do another coat of primer on. It's a little light. And I also just got done primering the first axle. I'm just waiting on paint to get delivered. I can throw out my spray gun and lay some. I just got some black tractor paint. I'm gonna throw on the frame, axles, all that, just to make it look nice. Just threw some primer on the axle. Still gotta do the rear one. These are the old axles right there. I'm gonna sell those. So these are a much lower gear ratio too, which is, this is a 355 gearing, I believe, and it sucked. I mean, it was great for highway cruising, low RPMs, but it could not pull a trailer to save its life. So I'm hoping we can do pretty good with these. I gotta paint the hitch still, sand those down. These are brand new brakes. They've just been sitting outside for, or underneath it, but a cover, but outside. They're power stop brakes. They have maybe 1,000 miles on them. I mean, they're literally brand new, so I'm just gonna run with those. That's also got them. I had wheel lights, so they got smashed, but when they were on my other truck up there. But yeah, we're gonna throw some paint down, get these in, and then my buddy Xander's gonna come help me throw them in tomorrow after I get home. And yeah, we're gonna paint the frame, and hopefully after that, throw this thing back together and then throw the Alcoas on. Tires actually should be here today, so maybe in the next clip we might be mounting them. I got a tire machine and balancer in the garage, so it's pretty easy to mount them. I mean, you don't really need a tire machine to mount Alcoas. You can just use some pry bars, like the metal ones. But yeah, I took the bumper off to paint the front, obviously. So yeah, we're almost there, boys. All right, so I just finished up painting the rear axle. Front axle's in primer, and then I did spray the trailer hitch, receiver, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna do that white, I think, and I'm gonna do some of the accents, like these this tie rod and this what is the steering bar? Yeah, steering bar, and then the track bar white as well, and maybe the dual stabilizer shocks, and just some other little accents. But yeah, update you guys when we're spraying some black on it. Still waiting on it to get delivered. Amazon's taking a while, but it's okay, not too big of a rush. All right, so I just primed the lift blocks, the shock perch top post for the front, in the lower shock mounts, like on top of the U-bolts. So I'm just letting it all dry. Still waiting on Amazon. A couple hours later, I think. So they said it should be delivered within the hour. I see it's like 12 stops away or something right now. So I guess we might get lucky and be able to paint it tonight, but might be cutting it a little close. We'll see what time it is when it gets here. All right, so we got both axles painted here. I'm gonna do the white tomorrow. It's a little late for me now. Can't tell, but I got the frame all behind the fender liners, all that. Probably can't even see it. It'll look better in the daylight tomorrow. It's not all the way dry, but on this side you can kind of see. Looks pretty good. I did all the front underneath, all underneath there, everything, even all the way back. I did as much of metal as I could get to, even did the fuel tank. So everything should look good now. All right, here's one way to get that leaf spring apart. He's about to experience it blow up on him. Holy hell. Well, that's one way to get them apart.
Up here.
Yeah, boy.
You fucking hit it.
You gotta stand on it again.
Yeah.
How'd that feel
What?
when you were standing on it? Alright, well, while he's doing that, I got all these sprayed. Hitch sprayed. Yeah, I just sprayed this bar. And axles are sprayed. He's almost ready to go back together. Well, you can see why we're replacing the leaves now. That's one half. He's getting the other one out right now. Yeah, baby. That's beautiful. I was riding around like that. No clue. Good to go. All right, well, we bought a pair of 6.0 leaf springs, and they're way longer. So we took them all apart and made 2 leaf packs out of the good parts. So they're a little long right there. Might cut them, but you know, we have enough room, so we'll see how it goes. Then I got new bushings, or new drop shackle things. And yeah, ready to throw them in. All right, so I'm just putting the leaf springs on because it's a lot easier to paint them on the truck than trying to hang them because they're pretty heavy. So when we put the new drop shackle on, we tightened it a little bit too far, and I had to pull it this way with a strap to get the hole to line up. So that all is in now. I can let loose of the strap. And then we're gonna throw the axles in, and then that's almost it. Honestly, I might throw a set of traction bars I have on it. So we'll see what happens. Just threw some paint on the leaves. Getting the U-bolts sprayed in the blocks, sanded them down and primered them. And then I just put a coat of paint on them. I think that's the last. I just gotta paint the other side of those and the bottoms of those. And then I think that's all the painting we have to do. Everything else is coated. Should be all good. Yeah, I think everything's painted. I got brand new, I don't gotta paint those because they're brand new powder coated black. But yeah. So just waiting on a couple little things and we're good to go. These things are going in. All right, so we got the front axle set in there. Just waiting on one more part to dry that I forgot to paint. And then we can bolt it in, lift it up, slide the rear one under. I had to order different U-bolts that were for a dually because the axle's way bigger. And here, just painted that with truck bed coating because I didn't really feel like getting the spray gun out again. But she's getting there. All right, so we're just about finished up with the front axle. Got the dually spacers on. I still gotta throw the adapters on. Sway bar to hook up and the drive shaft. I still have to, I forgot to paint like the front of that because it was flipped upside down. So I'm gonna touch that up on the truck. I mean, it's all right. It's not gonna get on anything. But yeah, we're just getting this thing all ready to go. And still waiting on the U-bolts. It's the next day. They're gonna be here tomorrow. But for you guys, it'll be like 5 seconds, which is nice. So yeah, see how it looks when it's all touched up and all buttoned up. I'll probably do one more video of the front axle, and then when the rear axle goes in, we'll do that. But yeah, so see you guys in the next clip. All right, so we got the rear axle in. Tires got delivered. I will show you guys those very shortly. I got the U-bolts in. I'm working on putting the calipers on right now. Gotta put the other shock on. Put the drive shaft in. And then I have to just throw that drive shaft in there. Gotta throw the dually, the 10-lug adapters on there. And then it's drivable. And then get the tires all mounted up. I'm gonna put traction bars on another time, but all this is good. Brand new U-bolts. I put another block there so I still have the overload working because there's a pretty good gap there and I deleted the rubber. So it'll just hit the metal if it bottoms out, which is fine because I don't ever overload it. I just don't want the leaf springs to snap. So yeah, we're getting her all dialed in. And then I gotta do the other fender liner on the other side, and then that's it. Throw the bumper on and we're good. All right, so I had mile maker hubs in my old axles. So I took them out and we're gonna put them in the new axles because they're not that old at all. Back axle's all done. Everything's all done. Oh, we gotta put one more shock on. So we're just throwing in the, I forgot to put them in, so I had to take the spacer back up or put the spacer, that, hook up the drive shaft, and it's going on the ground. And then I gotta mount the tires real quick. But yeah, she's getting there. I still have to put the bumper on and the center caps and polish the inner face right there. But this is it. This thing is beautiful looking. Look how wide it is. So still gotta do the face in there. Wow. Those needed just a finish stage. It looks pretty dang good. I love it. I'm actually in love with this thing. It's beautiful. Oh my God. I could not be happier how this thing turned out. I really couldn't. Beautiful. All right, guys, so here's the final product of the truck. Still doing a drop visor and some window visors, but still have to get rear center caps. I didn't have them. I only had the fronts. But this thing turned out pretty killer. I really couldn't be more happy with it. Looks really, you can really barely even see the hitch, but I threw a tonneau cover on it off F-150. It looks really good. I like it. Tires are very quiet. I threw the balancing beads in them, and that worked really, really well. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. So we got our first show to go with it. First show to go to it with it. April 25th, Mid-Michigan Mayhem. So it's about an hour and 20 from here. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe, hit the like button for more content like this. I'm doing another build right now on a buddy's truck, a sneak peek of it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.